Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with another pick a card reading with your girl coming at you with let me describe your love story. Now, this could be past, present, or future love story. Take it as it resonates. This is just meant to be fun and light. You know, love is always interesting to do, so keep in mind they are general readings. Take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that has been supporting the channel and just everyone that has chosen to join this incredible tribe that is being built each and every day. I'm just so honored to be a part of this journey with each and every one of you, and to know that I've impacted you in a beautiful way. And I hope that you understand and know that you have all impacted me in an unexplainable way. If you are new here, welcome. This is a reminder that we are all human, and you are welcome exactly as you are in this here, now here moment. So thank you for being here and allowing me your time and your energy. Also, if you guys are interested in taking me on the go, make sure you check out the description box down below, where you will find a link to my podcast, Scatter Love Radio, where I do just talk about my own experiences and the things that I've learned along the way. The current podcast, as of this video being recorded, is talking about celibacy, my journey with celibacy, what it has taught me, and how it has impacted me. That is on Spotify as well as Anchor FM. And if you are interested in receiving a private or personal reading from me, that information will be found down below in the description box, where you will get a link to my email, and you can send me an email where I will give you out further information from there. Is that everything? That's everything. Perfect. So with that being said, let us go ahead and start with your prayer. Then we will go ahead and get our cards drawn and get into your reading. I do have an extra candle because I've been burning this one for a while. It might go out, so if it goes out on your pile, just know I will start a new one on your pile. So let's get this lit. And if you guys hear some noise in the background, they are mowing the grass today. It is not something I can control, and I think they are done with mowing right around where I'm at. But you still may hear the lawnmowers, as they are very loud. So, awesome. Let's get this. Is it going to go out, or yeah, okay. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this video. I ask that you surround them in your grace, in your mercy, in your love, in your serenity, in your fortitude, knowing that they have the strength to make it through whatever it is that they may be going through. And for those that are here looking for love, I ask that you guide them to the truth of self-love, so that they may actually attract the person that's meant to be in their lives. And not a false person, not someone who's meant to show them lessons, but someone who's meant to help grow with them, for they've already learned their lessons. And for those that are here with love already, I pray that you bless their unions. I pray that you bless them in a way that reminds them that they're here to experience this as individuals who've come together, not as a half that's looking for another half to complete themselves. I ask that you bless them in the way of them knowing that each other has the opportunity to bring out the very, very best in each other. And even for those that are single, I pray that you bring a partner into their life that is as such in a way that makes them feel seen, makes them feel heard, makes them feel understood. And someone that reminds them each and every day that they are worthy of the love that they're getting. That they too may remind the person that they're with each and every day that they are worthy of the love that they are giving. Source, I ask that you bless each and every one of us with the love story that we desire, and reminding us that it's not some romanticized story, but it is the truth of life, that there are going to be ups and downs, there will be hardships, but equally so there will be blessings and beautiful moments and memories to be made. May we embrace the truth of this, As these words are spoken unto this space and onto this reading, so shall they be. Amen, aho, ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Get that out of the way over here. The little piece is holding on, but for dear life. These ones burn so weird. They like burn in a coil. So when it's burning, it goes like this and it burns into itself, which is kind of cool. All right, so today we are going to pick a card from our Whispers of Love Oracle. I just love these cards. I love all of my cards. I have such a beautiful relationship with each of them. So, yes, it's a thing, right? If you're a reader, you understand. And if you're not a reader, that's okay. Whatever is something that you're passionate about, then you'll understand. So, Source, for the collective, help me explain and describe their love story today. It's just what it feels like. It was a channeled message from Source, so I feel like it's just one that needs to be done. Don't do a whole lot of love readings on my channel, and I feel like that's about to change. So if you guys would like more love readings, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your guys' input on that. So Source, help me describe the collective's love story. All right. For pile number 1, what oracle card will help me describe their love story? That one flipped out right away. For pile number 2, wow, that one flipped out right away too. I knew that one was going to come out. Yes, I saw it, but I knew that one was going to come out before I even started. I just had a feeling. And for pile number 3, Source, what oracle card will help me describe their love story? Okay, so pile 3, you're special. You get 2. You get those. Para dos, los juntos, para dos. Oh, and then they had to give you guys my absolute favorite card from this deck. The colors on this one, it's so freaking beautiful. I just love it so much. It says, be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. So just a reminder to always stay present and to dream, because everything is possible, right? Faith doesn't make things easy. It makes things possible. So remembering to follow your faith, to stay rooted in your faith always. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to have you choose from these items up here. So the first one, I have a opalite bracelet for you to choose from. Okay. For pile number 2, we have this black obsidian arrowhead. This is just such an absolutely intense piece. I don't bring it out often just because it has so much energy. It's not that I don't like it, it's just kind of overwhelming. But then again, black obsidian is supposed to be that way, so this is just such an intense piece. All right, and then for pile 3, I have this bracelet. I do not know what the gems are on this. I think they're just beads, but I did get it from from the Titanic Museum. So it has Titanic here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Titanic, and it has the Titanic on it as well. So I thought, what better bracelet to bring out than this one for this reading? Because, you know, we all loved I'll Never Let Go, Jack. I'll Never Let Go. I actually watched that movie the other night. I wanted to watch it after I went to the museum, but it wasn't streaming anywhere, and I was kind of sad, and I don't own that one on DVD. Alright, so for pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, oops, my apologies, whichever one you are drawn to, that should be the reading for you. And with that being said, I will see you over on your perspective piles. Hello, my fellow humans that were drawn to this opalite bracelet, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on Let Me Describe Your Love Story. So this could be past, present, or future. Keep in mind these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you're interested in taking me on the go, make sure you check out the description box down below, where you will find a link to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio. and that is on Spotify and Anchor FM. And the latest one, as of this video being recorded, is talking about celibacy, my journey of celibacy, and what it has taught me along the way, especially in a very spiritual sense. Also, if you are interested in getting a personal or private reading, make sure you check out the description box where you will find my email where you can reach out to me, and I will go ahead and get you out further information from there. So let us go ahead and begin by asking the dice for some information on your love story. So Source, how can you help me describe pile number one's love story? Let's describe pile number one's love story. Source, how can you help me describe pile one's love story? What messages would you like to give them? What do they need to know? So we have 10th house, Gemini, and the Sun. Ooh, I feel like y'all are building something, or you will be building something together. So this is definitely a love story centered around stability, financial stability, right? And like I'm hearing power couple. This is power couple energy coming through, especially with the 10th house next and the Sun coming out in this spread. It's like this identity where you're out and about, and you're out around everybody, right? And people are just drawn to you. They see you as a bright light. They see you guys together as this beautiful example of where they would like to be. It's also a very communicative relationship. So there's a lot of communication. There's a lot of discussing things. Like this is a relationship where when things get hard, it won't be a struggle for you to sit down and talk it out, right? Talk it out like adults, not argue about it. It's like where you may have your disagreements. It's not going to be like a drag out fight. Let's scream at each other because I'm right and you're wrong. I'm big, you're little, whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, this is going to be like, okay, we're having a hard time. We need to stop. We need to take a minute. We need to discuss this. We need to find some common ground for ourselves here, because arguing about it is not going to help us out. Arguing about it is just going to cause a greater discord. So a very structured relationship, very stable, grounded and rooted in foundation. So not only are you going to build businesses together or multiple streams of income, this is a partnership where you are going to be able to understand that you've built from the ground up. It's not just on a sand foundation here. This is literally where the two of you are coming together and building solid stability towards life. That's why you're seen as a power couple, because you both trust each other fully, right? And this is long term. When we're talking about 10th house, we're talking about anything that's long term, right? Long term goals, long term relationships, just long term, okay? This is also fortune and fame. So this is something that you guys will be famous for. And famous doesn't have to mean like in all of society, right? Like that doesn't have to be across the world. It could very well be, especially with the Sun here. This could just be famous among your family and friends. Like that's the couple. You are the it couple. Like I want to be like pile one. Pile one gives us something to strive for. And it doesn't matter. Like it'll be young and old couples. Like you give them all something to strive for. You'll be very adaptable to each other, very intelligent conversations, very intelligent communication. There will be social networking in this relationship, right? This love story is going to be around being able to network with others, because there's some kind of purpose that you have together that you're bringing out to the world. Some people will feel like it is superficially built, but they will soon find that you have become close friends before you ever decided to get involved in a relationship, and that you each stand individual on your own. With the Sun here, you're not afraid to have your own likes, your own hobbies, your own, business proposals, whatever it is. You are not afraid to have moments where you need to be without your partner in order to move forward in your life. If you need to go take care, then you take self-care. If you need to go into solitude, you go into solitude. And likewise with them, if they need self-care or solitude, they are willing to go and do that. And neither one of you is worried by that. It's not like, oh my gosh, do you not like me because you need to go into solitude? Like, no, it's like, cool, if you're going to go into solitude, I'm going to go into solitude too, because we need some time to regroup so that we can continue to build together. Like, you understand that you each are a whole being here on the planet. And because of that, it allows you to build something that is much more stable. And stability is the word for this connection, okay? There's a lot of self-reliance within this, but even together, it's like, because you're both so self-reliant, it's like you bring the strengths to where the other has weaknesses. And because of that, it creates a very well-oiled cog in the clock. There is nothing amiss. There is always something that helps each other to move forward. There's a lot of warmth between you two, and there's a lot of celebration around you. So you will be parents together. That is the energy that's coming through with the sun and the 10th house. So this could be a father that's coming, like a father figure who's going to be a father to your children coming in. This could be you being a father. But whatever it is, there's definitely parenthood here, okay? Someone who's not going to make you guess. Like, you're going to feel comfortable having a family with them. And there's something like with the sun here, we have governing the heart, right? And so this is like a connection from the heart, from the soul, from the space of love. There's a lot of acceptance in this connection. I'm already happy about this. Already really happy. This is just so beautiful. Okay, let me put these up here. Move the block. Oh, I did pull those out. Okay, good. I'm going to put these over here because I want to get some of these later. Some description messages. I didn't think I'd pulled it out. Okay. So we're going to do some trustees, and then we'll figure out what our clarifying cards are going to be. So source for pile 1. Help me describe their love story. Just a very shining connection. Like, it's like wherever you go, like, people are always going to have their eyes on you. And it's not like in a, oh my gosh, I wish I was them. It's like, oh, like, that's a goal. Like, I want to have a love exactly like that in my life. Like, they see how perfect you are for each other. But they also see that individually, you both are incredible. Excuse me. You both are very incredible people. And I love that. So this could be twin flame, right? Because we have the Gemini here. This could be a twin flame connection. Okay, but again, take that with a grain of salt. Like, don't mark it, oh, it has to be. Like, remember, this could be a soulmate that's coming in that you're meant to be with in this lifetime, and that's okay too. Like, we don't have to have this identity with a label. But I do feel drawn to say that here because with Gemini, that is the house of, or that is the sign of twins, right? So please help me describe pile 1's love story, source. Please help me describe pile 1's love story. Yeah, definitely marriage. Like, I feel like marriage is a thing. If not marriage, like a deep commitment, you know, like, let's see. Help me describe pile number 1's love story, source. What do you want them to know? Thank you. Help me describe pile number 1's love story, source. What would you like them to know? Thank you. Okay. They want one more, so I'll get one more. Okay, I can move these over like that, actually, like that. And I like that, like that. I see, like that. Okay. I got one more. Help me describe pile 1's love story. Yeah, I knew there was one more that wanted to come out. Okay, on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's been a lot of manipulation in the life. Yeah, and a lot of, like, not wanting to look at self, okay? So before you two have come together, there's a lot of healing that needed to be done. A lot of finding balance within self, you know, and you have, look, you have the Empress and the Emperor here, but you have the Emperor in the reverse. So the masculine energy was what was unbalanced here, and there's a need to balance that out, or there was a need to balance that out, right? So it seems like, again, pointing towards what I was saying, twin flame energy here. It's like the feminine's the one that's doing the healing, almost waiting on the masculine, right? Looking towards the masculine here. But again, take it with a grain of salt. That's just the energy they're giving me here. You all know I don't like to talk about twin flames too much because it's just, it's gotten completely out of control, and it's turned into this, like, I have to have this label. If I don't have this label, something's wrong with me, okay? And that's not it at all. Like, you have to understand here, though, there's a need to balance out the masculine energy. So if this is you, you need to learn how to take action. If this is them, then they need to learn how to take action. And that was something that they didn't want to heal. That was something that was kind of a struggle for both parties to heal, right? Because if it's out of balance in one, then knowing that we're attracting that same energy back into our lives, especially in love. But let's see what the rest of the story says. Yeah, this is definitely something you both have been wishing for, manifesting, hoping for. But having to heal. Yeah, there's like this need. Look at this. Look at these, like, these partnerships. Like a queen and a king, but reversed here. We had the empress and the emperor reversed, but opposites. Yeah. Okay. So the love story here, it's definitely manifestation. Okay, this is absolutely a manifestation. So one has had to overcome manipulative, narcissistic energy, and the other has had to overcome overbearing feminine energy. Okay, and I say that because we have this. Let me fan this out so we have this showing out here. Learning what responsibilities were needed to take care. And once that has happened, okay, once that has happened, if it has or it hasn't, I'm just going to talk about this the way I'm going to talk about it and then take it as past, present, future, wherever it is. But once that has happened, what ends up coming together is this balance of emotional integrity. Like there's this understanding of emotional maturity, but having to look away. Right? Having to look away from what is keeping here. So it feels like here the masculine energy, we have a lot of people in this reading. Right? We have a lot of people in this reading. You have the hermit here too. So it's like there's this energy of the feminine over here waiting for the masculine, while there's a feminine energy here trying to gain attention from a masculine. The masculine is eyeing the feminine, but the feminine is too busy over here. But this is a manifestation, so there's something that's coming in where there's going to be a balance where I feel like this person here is going to gain emperor status. At one point, they're going to come up and to heal the wounded masculine. And when they heal the wounded masculine, then they're going to let go of this overbearing, this person. This is when the Queen of Wands comes out in the Queen of Coins comes out in the reverse. She's someone who, it does not matter what she does, how she acts, how she appears, as long as she gets what she wants. Like, she does not care. If she comes off as childish, she doesn't care. If she comes off as ruthless, she doesn't care. Like, it's like this is just somebody who wants to be in control of the situation so that she can get what she wants. And it doesn't have, that could be a man, that could be a woman. It's just the Queen of Coins herself is that type of energy. She thinks she's a boss bitch, and excuse me for cursing, but she's not. She's like she's just a biatch, okay? Like, that's it. There's nothing boss about her. She's just a controlling psycho, okay? But that's the problem here. You have him dealing with this, okay? And again, your energies could be flip-flop, but I'm just going to take it as the cards are reading here. You have the King of Cups dealing with this Queen of Coins, and you have the Empress dealing with the Emperor over here. So again, matches, but not, right? Because you have one half is in the reversal. And so the love story is to overcome the responsibility here of holding on to what's not serving and letting go of the hope. There's this hope, like with her pining, this is a pining type of energy here, right? She's pining for him, which puts her in a place of waiting, which puts her in a place of lack and poverty. Because when we tell Source that we're waiting, we're lacking something that we want, rather than just knowing that it's ours, right? And so what ends up happening is that we're telling Source that we don't want that, even though we're saying we do want that. We're waiting because we feel like we're not worthy of having it right now in this moment. And so there's this energy that's shifting here where she begins to understand her own worth and let go. And so she ends up blocking this energy at one point. Okay. So the Empress here, whether that's you or this other person, they end up blocking this energy off and saying, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to take care of myself here because I've been waiting for too long. And then with him over here, he'd been giving his love to someone that didn't care about him. Like, look at how he's handing his cup over to her, right? And she sees one thing. She sees the materialization of something. Okay, that could be money, that could be a home, that could be, you know, family, whatever it is. She's like, as long as I have your cup in my court, then I have complete control over you. But again, he's over here paying attention to the Empress. And so once he realizes that he doesn't have to give his cup away any longer and finally comes into the realization of what his real responsibilities are. Okay, this is the responsibility. He's overburdened right now because of this situation. This 10 of Wands in reverse. It's overburdened, taking care of things that aren't meant for him to take care of. Okay? And so what ends up happening is when he releases that, then this will be manifested. But see, this is like a past manifestation. Look at how the Magician is looking into the past, right? This is something that both of you have wanted for a long time. And you did want for a long time, but there was a lot going on. This could have been marriages. This could have been, right? This could have been a marriage, because that's what that indicates. You have a perfect pair, but one's not in their power energy. You have a perfect pair, but one's not in their power energy. Okay? So we know that you two together, this King and the Empress, while yes, maybe he's not an emperor, but you two together will be a power couple for the ages. One has to learn how to step up or step off. Let's get some clarifiers. This is interesting already. Please have some clarifying cards for pile number 1. Thank you. Please have some clarifying cards for pile number 1. Whoa. It wants to come out in the reverse. I'm not going to take it in the reverse. Please have some clarifying cards for pile number 1, source. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay, may I please have some clarifying cards for pile number 1, source. Help me describe their love story. Yeah, there's this sense. Okay, that's going to go there, and I'm going to leave that. What's on the bottom? Yeah, there's this sense of wanting control. There's a lot of anxiety between the two of you, or there has been, right? Like fear that you're not going to get who you want. Fear that you're not going to have the commitment that you want, the marriage that you want, right? Fear that you're not going to have this union that you would. But there's something that's happening. There's something that's changing between the two of you. So again, if the Empress says, no more am I going to wait, no more am I going to let myself devalue myself because of waiting, then it shifts the energy. So if this is a runner-chaser energy, and that doesn't have to just be the twin flame dynamic, that can literally be anybody. But you have this runner-chaser energy, and it's like realizing that she stopped the chase, and the chase comes from waiting, right? That still indicates a chase. And so when she says, I'm done waiting, then all of a sudden you have this King of Cups over here is like, wait, hold on. She's not waiting on me anymore. Like, I could actually lose this person. Yeah, so see, this is something that, this has been an imagineering. This is like something that both of you have imagined. You've imagined a lifetime together. It's like this is your person. There's a purity about this. There's an essence that comes with this. This is also being divinely guided here. With this Page of Swords, it's like this is something that's been taking time, and it's still, you know, new, but there's like some sense of communication that is coming or will be coming or has come, and it's reminding the purity of this, the essence of this connection. And we have the King of Wands coming out. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. The whole reason that this Queen of Coins is still in the picture here is because of a very physical relationship. This is something that's very physically satisfying, but not anything else. But look, you're giving that physical satisfaction to somebody who needs an emotional fulfillment. Right? The King of Cups needs another individual who's able to emotionally fulfill him. And so it's like this energy of only being with somebody because of this physical attraction and realizing that they're the ones that have control over this. They can say, okay, either I'm in it because I'm in it, or I'm going to leave because it's not serving me. And so there's a decision that's going to be made. The Hermit. We had the Hermit come out in the reverse over here. So you have the King of Cups coming into Hermit energy, coming into self-reflection, coming into understanding. Let me light my way. Am I actually bigger than or smaller than what I'm afraid of? And realizing that there's only one way to find out, and that's to delve within. You also have this essence of twins here again, right? So this could very well be a twin connection. You know, again, that's not something that I necessarily like to talk about on my channel, but if it comes up, I always said if it comes up, I will talk about it. So with this, it's like understanding that they have a right to have what they want as well, but they have to internally heal, and she's already gone through that, right? The Empress energy has already gone through that. So let's see what this is. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, so this Emperor over here has been red flags in the past. And again, I feel like the Empress is depicting you. And I feel like this Emperor in reverse with this Nine of Swords is depicting that you'd always gotten involved with individuals who were not good for you, right? We're not serving you, we're not for you, we're not there. And always trying to make you feel smaller than you are. And finally understanding that you're an Empress, like understanding that you deserve to be seen, you are worthy and deserving. And to stop waiting on people who aren't willing to heal themselves, right? Who aren't willing to go within. 999 is a very powerful number for you. And so this is a completed cycle for both of you, right? This is a completed cycle. But letting that go and understanding that in letting that go, then you can actually build together. It was 22:22 on the clock. It's powerful. Let's get some oracles out on it. Can we please have some oracle cards? Uranus, yeah, radically changed. So you radically changed, pile one, and because of that, your person felt the draw and the pull from that and is radically changing. Look, we have the masculine energy coming through once again. Proactivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. Yeah, so there's a lot of forward motion coming through here. Okay, there's a lot of things that are changing on your guys' connection. If you guys are already together, there's a lot of change coming just being together. If you're not together, then this is possible movement forwards towards something, you know, a fresh start. And if you are just starting to see each other, then this is a want to move it into the next level, right? No rush with the Hermit energy here. This is not a rush, okay? This is like understanding that this is what I want in my life, understanding that they're the person that's for me, right? Look, we have loyalty coming out here. Red crowned crane. Yeah, there's a sense of loyalty between the two of you. And this gives you this sense of like surrender. Like you just have to surrender to the process. Yes, there are mountains that you've climbed. Yes, there's a lot of emotional baggage that you've had to deal with. Yes, there's a lot of upset. But we have number 11 coming through here. There's a very spiritual aspect between you and this person. Again, pointing towards a twin flame connection. This is something that is divinely guided. This is something that there is a loyalty between the two of you that is unshakable. Okay? There's something that's happened between the two of you, but there's some, like, feels like separation and coming together. Like that. So for pile one, I am going to say this does feel like a separation, but if that's not your story and this is resonating, then just know it's like depicting that you could have potentially went through a separation. This is someone that you could have met at work. Again, we have this working aspect of building. You didn't have to meet them at work, but that's what this feels like as you met them at work. This is also something that is being worked on currently. This is something that is growing, right? Something that is finding some sense of balance, letting go of old habits, old toxic patterns, old behaviors that are not serving the journey. You know, sometimes I can get stuck on these spiritual journeys, and it's like even the love stories, right? It's like sometimes there's a person who continues to stay in this old path, and it's like Source comes in and is like, gives you a swift kick in the rear and says, okay, it's time to move on. Wake up call on the bottom. Exactly the energy I was just talking about. It's like Source comes in and says, look, It's just done. Like, you can't just stay here anymore. You got to wake up to your purpose. You got to wake up to your path. There is no just chilling out anymore. There is no being afraid of who you are anymore. Because that's what it feels like. There's one, I feel like it's the masculine. Okay, like I am really truly feeling like it's the masculine because you have a king here and you have the empress on the bottom of the deck. It's like you feel like the masculine is afraid of their potential, of their truth, of who they are. Feeling like, oh, you know, if I step into my potential, who am I leaving behind? Who am I leaving behind? And I already know what this card is. It's called Homebody. But for that, it's just interesting, again, when we talk about the twin flames, it's someone who feels like home, but that could just be a soulmate too. Someone who feels familiar, right? And then look on the bottom, 24, the patient. I can endure whatever twists and turns life brings to me. And this is the image. Again, very emotional, very connected. The moon. It's like that is something that keeps coming through here. You know, Pisces rules the moon in tarot, and the King of Cups is connected to Piscean energy. So there's definitely something that's very emotional between the two of you. But here we have the angel. It looks like she's wrapping a scarf around the moon. Again, this idea of like changing, like you have to come towards this. You have to follow this path. Sometimes we don't have a choice, right? And it's like while someone is patient in the journey, the other one is being forced to change. So there's a change that's coming here in the connection. No longer is it going to be stagnant. That's what I keep hearing. No longer is it. Yeah, and then this gives me the sense that it is the masculine, the protector. I respect people's boundaries and require the same from them. The protector, right? That's what the image is. But again, transformation here. Bringing in, like, there's like a lion here. There's a hand over here. Faces in the mirrors. There's a bird. The protector. But this makes me feel like it is the masculine again. Let's talk about this one for a second. Look, it's like this transformation here, but this, it makes me think of the moth. So it's like through the darkness, through the upset, right? Through the upset is the change. And the bird is like, this is a robin, and this is like ancestors coming in and saying, hey, it's time for you to move. Robins are also connected to family, building a family. And we had that energy in the beginning with the dice, like this want to build a family. The dark side of the moon is coming out here for me. And it's like that energy of being in the unknown, not knowing what it is that I'm feeling, like being afraid of what I'm feeling, right? The homebody. I enjoy the secure base I have made for myself and my loved ones. Yeah, so this is someone who feels like home to you. This is someone that they feel the same. If you've been wondering, do they feel that towards me too? Yes, they absolutely do. It may not have heard or seen or known anything from them, but yes, they do, pile one. They feel like you're their person. There's just a lot that they're going through right now that they're not able to come forward because they have to deal with their own baggage, right? You wouldn't want them to come forward if they have a relationship already and try to have you be the side chick or the side dude, right? Like, no. Like, you would want them to deal with that and then come. Even though it might hurt waiting longer, it's like at the same time, when that happens, you realize, oh, like I waited longer because that was the best thing for me. That was the best thing for this connection. Okay, these two want to come out. You did not deserve what I did. You deserve the truth, and I am too afraid to tell it to you. Yeah, so there's this, again, Source is about ready to give some swift kicks in the rear. Like, you are done being afraid of who you are. Done being afraid of pile one. There's no need to be afraid of pile one. Like, you want this grand love and they're standing right in front of you. But because you're too afraid of your own truth, you know, we're having a stalemate. It says the way that you dance, go out and take a chance. The way you wear your heart on your sleeves leaves me speechless. Like, they are enamored by you. They can't get you out of their mind. Oh, this person, like, I feel my heart goes out to them because I understand being too afraid to say how you feel because they're afraid of rejection. Like, even though you may have made it perfectly clear as day how you feel about them, there's still this sense of feeling like I'm going to get rejected by you. On the bottom, we have no one is free from sin. I was the one who took advantage and you enabled me. So again, that runner-chaser dynamic, right? They took advantage by running and there was still that enabling by you chasing. It's just understanding that we both played a part. It takes two to tango. There's no one in this connection that's innocent as much as we wish we were. New beginnings. Exactly. Exactly. There's something that's shifting in this connection. Okay. And again, if you're with each other, just take that as there's a new beginning in the connection as well. Like there's something that's shifting to bring a lot more harmony, a lot more peace. But again, this sense of it's always darkest before dawn, which points towards the dark night of the soul, which is something I kept getting with these. So again, confirmation, clarification. Before I look at your card, let's get some descriptive messages because, you know, these are always fun. Now, these will not resonate with everyone, but they're always fun to get. Every time I bring them out, you guys always tell me how much you love the description messages. So I'm going to try and add them more often now. Like I said, I think I'm going to try and start doing love readings more often. So if that's something that you guys would enjoy, leave a comment down below. Let me know your input. I love hearing from you guys. I truly do. And I read every comment. And currently, I do respond to every comment. Once that gets out of hand, though, because I know it's coming, just know that I still will read them all. So, alright, let's get some descriptors for pile 1 source. Okay. They want one more. That one. Way that you dance. Blonde hair. So this person could have blonde hair. These could also be you. Just confirmations that this is your reading. This could be describing you as well. Button nose. Oh, how cute. I love button noses. I got a button nose. They're so cute. Yes, I think I'm adorable. Pointed chin. Okay. They have a very pronounced chin. A smooth talker. Yeah, so someone is a very smooth talker here. So someone who knows what to say and when to say it, right? You know what song I'm hearing right now is Strawberry Wine, 17, the hot July moon. Saw everything, my first taste of love. Oh, bittersweet, green on the vine, like strawberry wine. The fields have grown over now, years since they've seen the plow. There's nothing time hasn't touched. Was it really him or the loss of my innocence? I've been missing so much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I don't know why that wanted to go that far, but so if you've ever heard that song, it's Strawberry Wine, and I cannot remember who sang it, but check out the lyrics. Wise. This is someone who's very wise. Yeah, and we have emotional wisdom coming through here. This is someone who's learning how to become emotional, intelligent, brutal. Yeah, so we already had brutality coming out with the Emperor in reverse. Someone who's very manipulative, someone who's very just not a good person overall. Let me see if I can pull this out. Ooh, it's kind of toasty. Roasted toasty princess, roasted toasty princess. Okay, you guys are about to see my massive torch. No judgment. I just want to make sure it gets lit. Okay, you know those little ones? Sometimes they don't like that. Okay, they just don't. Not coming through. Okay, what is this? Yeah, narcissist. Yeah, so you both could have dealt with a narcissist, but I did say that. Look, brutal and narcissist coming out, and we're talking about this energy over here. I'm going to put these over here. Okay, that's not this person. That's just, again, describing the situation, confirmation of what we talked about. Energetic. Yeah, so this is someone who's very energetic. You're very energetic. You bring a lot of energy into the situation. Let's see what your card is. Number 12. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Yeah, look, and again with all these butterflies, like there's change that's coming. But you have to trust, like you're on this journey. You have to trust and that there's something that's coming from this. I'm going to read this out of the book for you. I don't usually read these out of the book, but I felt like I should read these out of the book. Okay. This is also connecting with the solar plexus. And look at this. Like, again, it feels like this is the dawn and then the dawn coming through here. It says, when we honestly believe things will work out, our faith will confidently see us through. The angels are with you and the divine is supporting. The divine support is something you can have complete faith in. Simple truths will give you the answers you are looking for. Love is an act of faith. It can be challenging to move forward when you aren't sure that the outcome will be. Stay present with whatever is in front of you right now. Your competence and ability may provide the calm and confidence you need to keep going. You may have doubts or fear when you take a step forward or make a decision, but faith gives you the courage to continue. Even setbacks can impart valuable knowledge, experience, and positives. Remember, a little faith is all you need right now. Yeah, so having faith in this, which totally makes sense if this is a twin flame connection. That is something that absolutely makes sense. So this is what I see for you, pile one. If it resonated, please hit that thumbs up button down below. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that there and get on out of here. I do just want to take a quick moment to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angels, my guides, and source for all coming together to give us this message. Until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans that were drawn to this black obsidian arrowhead, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, excuse me, this is going to be your reading. Let me describe your love story. Now, this could be past, present, or future energy, and knowing that these are general readings, please take what resonates and leave what does not. Knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in taking me on the go with you, make sure you check out the description box where you will find a link to my podcast where I post 3 times a week. And the latest episode is all about celibacy, my journey in celibacy, what it has taught me, and the experiences that I've had spiritually and non-spiritually in doing so. Also, if you are interested in receiving a personal or private reading, please check out the description box where you will find my email address where you can reach out to me, and I will get you out further information from there. So I believe that is everything. Thank you for being here, pile 2. Let us go ahead and start with your dice reading and find out. Source, help me describe pile number 2's love story. What can you tell us about pile number 2's love story, Source? Help me describe pile number 2's love story, Source. What information can you give to me? Okay, we have 7th house, Virgo energy, and South Node. Okay, so this has to do with letting go of previous relationships. Let me get my block. Put this up here. Can't buy it on a store, try it on for size. Take it back if it don't feel right. No love, love ain't like that. So that's the song coming through right now. So love ain't like that. You can't try it on for size and hope that it fits right. And then if it doesn't, or if you just don't like it, take it back. Like, oh, I'm sorry. This wasn't quite what I wanted. Okay, goodbye. Like, so it feels like maybe in the past you've been with people who have done that to you, or maybe you've done that to others. And, you know, I'm not here judging. No one's here to judge. Like, if you've done that, you've done that. That's cool, right? If you haven't, that's cool too. Like, you know, it's just experience. It's what we've gone through, right? You have to validate your own experience, and you always, always, always have to be honest with yourself. But what the dice are saying here is that your love story actually stems from the experience that you've gotten from having really bad relationships in the past. Your love story actually, it's formed based on the fact that maybe you've had abusive, betrayal, and manipulative people who have been in your circle before. Because having all those people around you has taught you to be a humble, kind, generous person. Like, that's not what you would do, right? You wouldn't treat people like that, or maybe you did treat people like that, and that taught you, like, along the way, maybe somebody came back and treated you like that, and it was in that moment that it was like you got an eye-opening experience as to, wow, this is not how we treat people. Again, take it as it resonates. But along the way, this example of has brought you to a place that you're like, I don't want people to feel this way because I don't like feeling this way. So I'm going to be an embodiment of the type of relationship that I would want in my life. And that is what it's teaching you. Now, as for the love story between you and this other person, it's going to be a mirror. So I feel like if you're the one that got treated really badly, then the person coming in is on the other end of the spectrum. They're going to be the one that learned their lesson from treating others badly. And if you're the one that treated people badly, then on the other side, your person is going to be the one that was treated badly. There's this balancing act that's coming through here, this need to have experienced both sides of the same coin. And all the while learning a very powerful lesson. Right? With 7th house here, we do have this energy of pointing at it is a very romantic relationship by nature. Now, 7th house is connected to Libra energy. Libra is connected to Venus. Very personal. But it all comes from dealing with and learning from the shadow self here. There could have been some sort of injustice that was done on both sides. And because of that, learning how to balance justice within one's life. Having before dealt with divorce or lawsuits or contracts that have failed. But all of that is in the past because you have South Node here. It's like that's all past energy. And so from that, you have learned who you truly wish to be. Right? One second. So it's through letting go of those past energies that you grow and you become this person who is curious about life and you're curious about what it is that you want. You're also not afraid to spend time in solitude, and whoever's coming in is also going to be in that energy of knowing there's power in having moments where you spend time in solitude. When we're dealing with South Node, though, that's past karmas, right? That's things that brought lessons into our lives. What we've dealt with, what's been comfortable up until we finally let it go. And so your relationship comes once you learn the lesson from those past issues, those past betrayals, those past situationships that weren't serving you. Knowing that it's not really anybody's fault, but that there's some sort of guidance that can be received from that in its own. And sometimes that's the hardest lesson to learn because we want so badly for it to be someone's fault, because saying it's no one's fault means that how could something this bad just have happened? Right? And that kind of feels like it invalidates the experience, but it doesn't. It doesn't, because it's like it happened because that's for every good there's an equal evil, right? Or an equal bad, however you want to put it. For every bad there's an equal good. And that's exactly what you're learning. And as you learn those lessons, you become the embodiment of modesty and humble and humble beginnings is what I keep hearing here. It's like you are the person who, when other people are struggling and they see you and they're like, well, how did you get someone that's so loving? It's like you're able to come together with your love and say, this is what we experienced before we ever even met each other. And it's like giving hope and faith to people who may not have had hope and faith. So your love story, though, starts out by being really rough and almost non-existent. Source, can you please help me describe pile number 2's love story? Let me describe pile number 2's love story. But with purpose, right? It's oftentimes the best love stories are the ones that take the longest to develop. Source, let me describe pile number 2's love story. What do you want to say? Okay. Thank you. Let me describe pile number 2's love story source. What do you want to say? Whoa. Yeah. A lot of arguments. A lot of exhaustion. A lot of upset. Like, almost this sense of praying and begging to be out of these situations that seem to be so apparent. Like toxic situations that seem to be so apparent in your life. Right? Whether that's current, past energy, or this is like a future situation where you get out of it. But with the Ten of Swords flying over here and actually turning up, it's just saying like this is just upsetting. It's like you've met your match. And the match is a toxic energy. Of course you would, because you're so full of light. You're going to meet your equal opposite. That's a part of life. We have to meet our equal opposite so that we can learn lessons that no one else would teach us. So we can learn to give to ourselves, so that we can see that there's something better out there than what we thought was, right? That Source is offering us something else. We just don't see it at the time, right? To set boundaries, to let go, and to heal from the illusions. This is intense. Look at this. From the illusions of what people brought into our lives from broken hearts. Like, this energy is coming through so strong right now. It's like, once you heal from the South Node and letting go of those toxic connections, then the love story comes through. And we'll get more on it, don't worry. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. Yeah, seeing things from a slanted perspective, right? So the thing is that both of you, you're mirroring each other, right? There's a mirrored effect here. Yeah. And the mirrored effect is that neither one, you nor your person, wanted to take accountability for the role that you played in your suffering and your hurt and your pain. With this Hangman coming out next to this Ten of Swords, it's literally like pointing towards this energy of, let me blame others for my misfortunes. Because in blaming others for my misfortunes, it takes the accountability away from me. Okay, again, this isn't past energy though. This is, I mean, you could have just learned this recently, or you're learning it, or you have learned it a long time ago, right? But none of us are free from sin. It's like we all play a part in this, whether we're an enabler or whether we are the one that's doing the actions, right? The offender. And it was like every time things happened, it was like you fell off of the path. So it's like anytime someone argued with you, or anytime someone made you feel a certain way, or anytime anybody did this, it could be even this person, your person could have done this to you. Or like I was saying, it's like feeling like equal opposites, but also for some reason there's meant to be together. And you know, you can point it towards toxicity all you want. Yes, that's fine. But at the end of the day, if you both learn the lessons, was it really truly toxic, or was it a healing experience that felt toxic at the beginning? Because what this has taught you, whatever it is that you're going through, is teaching you how to let go. With this Four of Wands at the end here, it's like romantic frustration. It's in the reverse, right? We have sheer romantic frustration. It's like you're tired of these bunk relationships that continue to come into your life. Relationships that make you feel like, I can't do anything. With the Five of Wands coming out in the reverse, this is talking about a refusal to change. A refusal to change any way that you've gone, right? And we were talking about that up here. You have to go through these lessons in order to learn a very valuable lesson about yourself, to stay on this path of the truth and narrow, the one that nobody wants to journey on, because it's easier to blame the other person. It's easier to point the finger. It's easier to take accountability off my own shoulders, because that means I don't have to account for my potentially toxic behaviors that would actually make my emotional ego feel wounded. Right? But we all experience that. There's not a single person that doesn't experience that. Right? None of us are born perfect. Like, we're meant to be human. We're all born perfect, but we're meant to be human, which means that we experience what it is to be human. And to be human means to fail, to have upsets, to be toxic by nature. That is a part of our journey. And yes, when you're an empath, you can say I'm the victim, but at the same time, if you refuse to change your victim mentality, you'll never have a hope of being this strong, powerful individual that you want to be. You can hope and wish and pray for it all you want, but Source can only meet you halfway. Source cannot change your life for you. Otherwise, you take it for granted and you truly don't change. And that's what's happened to you in your relationships, in your love stories. So it's like, this feels like past love stories where it's like you've been a victim of so I hear hate crimes. That's weird. That came through so loud right now. Victim of a hate crime, which could very well be true. Right? And if it wasn't that, it's just like they're likening it to that. That's what Source and my guides are likening it to. It's like you've been a victim of something that was equally as deep as a hate crime. They're not trying to invalidate your experience. Okay, they're really trying to show we see the weight of your experience, yet we also need you to see the power of your person, of who you are, and understanding that if you continue to act and be the same way, nothing will change. You'll always stay in your South Node, which is a place from which we're comfortable, from which we learn aspects from our family, right? You may have learned to be a people pleaser from your family. You may have learned to have romantic failures in your life from your family. You may have learned to argue all the time from your family. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like these aren't actually things that you are. It's things that you've learned to do, and maybe at one point hadn't actually been brave enough to look at those traits of yourself. But this is asking you to complete a process, and with the Four of Wands coming out in the reverse here, it's talking about the instabilities within. You have a lot of resentment and a lot of anger within. You could very well be single right now. Okay, like I definitely feel like this is my single pile. One of my single piles. But I do feel like there's a lot of resentment, a lot of upset that's coming through that. And you may not exhibit those behaviors like out in the open. It just may be something that's very internal, and it only comes up when you've been backed into a corner and you may explode. Right? I don't feel like by any sense that you're a nasty person. I don't feel like you're a terrible person. I don't feel like you're none of that, right? Of course not. You have good energy. You have good energy about you, but oftentimes we're clouded to that good energy because of our emotional ego trying to run us, and that's exactly what it feels like here in your reading. How does this have to do with your love story? It's because there is no love story to be had right now or in the past. Again, we're going to get some more cards out and find out what else comes out. But it's saying that there's nothing to be had right now because there's a sense of trying to shirk responsibility, accountability, right? Especially with the Hangman in reverse. This really talks about not wanting to see things differently. Like, it's like doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. That's the true definition in the dictionary of insanity. Okay? But that's exactly what the Hangman in reverse talks about. And so if you've ever been in that energy, then your person very much was like in that energy as well, and whatever role they played in their own life. And so there's this need of healing that needs to be coming through here. It's like, I feel like there's a sense, if I hope and pray and wish enough, that the relationship of my dreams will just manifest and I don't have to change. Look, I'm not here saying anything bad about that, because I will tell you, I will be the first to admit, I really believed that at one point in my own life. I really believed that if I prayed and wished and hoped hard enough, that the relationship I had always dreamed of would manifest in my life, and I wouldn't have to change anything, because I really felt like, what do I have to change? I'm a good person, I'm kind, I love people, I give everybody everything. But now I understand that my toxic traits were, I was a people pleaser, I was a pushover, I had no backbone. So all those things that I thought were good traits were actually hindering my process. They were actually hindering my love journey, my ability to manifest the love that I desire. And that's exactly what this feels like. It's like there's a deep-rooted belief that you are a good person. That why do I need to change if I'm a good person? The same with your person. They really deeply believe that they're a good person, and why do I need to change if I'm such a good person? But see, you're actually learning how to come out of this with a much different viewpoint. And looking at the ups and the downs is something that's actually truthfully something to learn from. Look, I split the deck, and we have the Three of Swords and Death. There's a need for transformation here, look. And the Three of Swords in Rider-Waite-Smith talks about heartbreak, right? Like something that's just heart-wrenching. And that's not what it talks about in my deck, okay? In my deck, it talks about help from the divine. It feels like this is help from the divine to help you heal, to help you leave something that wasn't balanced, to help you get all your ducks in a row with the Six of Swords here. But something that feels like I was already pure. Like, this is so symbolic to what I was talking about here. It's like she's already wearing a white dress. Like, this feels like Snow White, right? It's like I was already pure. Why do I need to change? But it's not you, it's the ego. It's the emotional ego that's taking over right now, that's ruling some aspect of you, that's not letting you see your spirit. And what does that have to do with your love story? Well, it's keeping you from the love story, or that's what had kept you from your love story, or that's what will keep you from your love story. But let's get some other cards on it, Source. Can we please have some deeper information on Pile 2's love story? Let's describe their love story. When the Four of Wands comes out in the reverse, though, we're talking about heartbreak and completely being like, this is almost like giving up on relationships altogether for the sheer fact of they just don't seem to work. It's everybody else's problem. Look, we have Justice coming out. Yes. So when you learn to balance yourself, right? Look, you're on this House of Cards. One gust of wind can come and knock you completely over. Okay, and I know this is supposed to be your love story, but I can't help it if Source hijacks the reading, okay? Like, I have to go with where the cards go. I have to go with the energy. This really talks about there's no stable foundation here, but in order to receive justice, one must see the part that they play in life, right? To be fair, to be honest. But a House of Cards is not something that's very stable. Look at all these hearts. Again, symbolic. We're talking about love. Your love journey with all these hearts cards. Do you see them? The whole house is built on hearts cards. That's all you see. Look, there's the Seven of Hearts, the Eight of Hearts, the Two of Hearts, the Three of Hearts, the Six of Hearts, the Five of Hearts. I mean, they're all there. In fact, I think the Five of Hearts is twice. Yeah, the Five of Hearts is twice. Like, these are repeat heart cards. Oh, so it makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts. Like, she's very ego, right? Very ego-driven. Everyone had to conform to her. And so your love story is kind of placed in this era of everyone has to conform to me so that I can have what I want. But not realizing that there's also compromise that has to be had as well. Like, there's got to be something that's fair and just. That's, you know, you have Libra energy twice here. And sometimes Libra can be very stubborn and they can be very self-centered individuals when they're in their shadow, right? And so it's just saying, like, what part do I play is a very profound and powerful question that you can ask yourself to help you unravel your emotional ego here. What's keeping you from finding love? Help me describe pile number 2's love story, Source. Hey, please have some more cards out, yeah. Like, we have the Ten of Cups coming out over the Ten of Swords here. There's like this ending here. Also, your love story, pile 2, is actually a part of your path of purpose. Like, when you find your person or they find you, that's a story that's meant to be so that you can help heal others. But look at this Ten of Cups. It's so chaotic, right? This is a very chaotic Ten of Cups. Like, you have the dice over here that are falling. You have the tower over here pushing this over. It's like falling. You have the rat up here, or the mouse, depending on how you look at it, which is talking about loss. But on top of number 5, which is all about changing. And here she is on her elephant running away. Let me run away. And the shadow looks like a camel to me, which is all about endurance, right? It's like running away from this because it's not serving you anymore, and enduring because you've already endured enough. And elephants are all about leadership, and leaders are willing to get into the trenches with their fellow man to lead, a true leader. And it's like wanting you to get into the trenches of your own emotional well-being here. And the 10 of Cups in my deck is a leadership card. It's like when you heal this imbalance within yourself. This is all a mind thing. This is all in your mind. As real as it feels, it is absolutely real because it's what you feel. But understanding that it is truly actually an illusion that you're conjuring up in your mind. And when you heal that, then you get to access this leadership quality, and that's your path of purpose of healing others. You're going to bring that in service to others. You're actually going to, I feel like you will be a relationship counselor, or you'll be a relationship specialist, right? Like a coach, because that's what it feels like. But right now there's like this isolation. It's like you're on your throne, but cut off from everyone. And the 4 of Cups is all about home emotional well-being, like building stable connections, right? Building stable emotional connections. But here you're in your snow globe all by yourself. How can you build something when you're all by yourself? You don't allow anybody to come in, right? And that could be because you've been on the spiritual journey for some time. And there's this want to protect one's energy, right? You're here because you're curious about your love story, of course. But it's like there's this want to protect your energy. And because of that, like this absolute refusal to let others in. You have the 5 of Wands here in the reverse, and my deck is absolute being obstinate and refusing to change. Like just basically being a stubborn person, like as stubborn as a mule is what it's saying right now. I'm not going to change. I've had to deal with too many toxic people. I'm not going to change. Why should I change? But not realizing that the only common denominator in this situation was actually you. It's not your fault. It's not anything you did. It's that refusal to change that's actually playing out an old toxic habit that's not serving your journey anymore. And because of that, it's hard for you to see it as a habit or as a bad pattern or something, because it's more or less, let me put the blame on others. Let me place the blame on where you feel it belongs. I'm not saying that those other people didn't play a pivotal part in this. They absolutely did. Look, the 6 of Swords wanted to come out again. But there's this element of death to ego, right? She's in a coffin and he's taking her away from this. But look, it's like you've lost all sense of self here because of this. Like you're not even in touch with your emotions or your inner child here. And, you know, it's sometimes Source uses tarot to call us out, even though we do a reading. You know, we try to have a topic. But sometimes we can't control what's coming through, but the energy is very clear here that there's a need to elevate yourself and see things from eyes of love. But more than anything, to see yourself from eyes of love here, because I feel like you judge yourself very harshly, Pile 2. And I feel like because you're so harsh on yourself, you're also very unforgiving when another person makes even the slightest mistake or the slightest mishap. Like you may be unforgiving because of that, because you're unforgiving to yourself. And there's a need to find balance. Like we keep coming back to this idea of balance with Temperance here. Right? Yes, you are a pure being, but look at the difference here between this one and we had the Death card that we were showing earlier. I don't think it's out here. But the Death card was on the ground and she was surrounded by those little gnomes, right? And here you have her asleep on a fish in the sky, right? Elevating yourself. Right now, it's like on the ground. you're on the ground, and it's like this need to elevate yourself to see things. And like when you elevate yourself to see things, I feel like this wants to stay out, so I'm going to leave this out here. Right? And then we have 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. We have 5 again here. 5 is change, right? And then we have 11 with 6 and 5. And that's all about spiritual ascension. So this is like, feels like one of those really old core wounds that's holding on by tooth and nail. Like it's just got its teeth sunk in and it's not letting go. So it's not something that you're consciously aware of, right? Let's get another clarifying card here for pile number 2. I feel like your reading went totally different. Oh, you got another 2. Okay. Yeah, look, we have the Lover on the bottom here with the Queen of Wands. When you learn to set boundaries against your own fears and you learn to love yourself, or this is a very symbolic Lover card. It's love of self. Look, and the 3 of Swords wanted to come back out again. Allow the transformation to happen here and you will get everything that you desire. This abundance falling all around her, right? But look, what do we have here? Okay, so they want me to do this one first. We have the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is perseverance, right? Perseverance over everything. Even when I did the dice, it's interesting because pile 1 was completely different from you. Even when I did the dice, it felt so singular, like towards you. Like, this is what's going on with you. So that's what I'm saying. Like in pile 1, it already started off as like a couple energy, and it's like yours is just so different. But look, you're dealing with having being rough and harsh on your own inner child. It's like your inner critic is very ruthless. It's like something happened in your childhood that made you feel like you weren't worthy of anything good in life, and you may not believe that. Right? But it's like a core value, a core belief that's coming to head here that's saying, I need to be healed. And the 7 of Wands in my deck talks about overcoming and persevering. And no matter what, like you're just going to take the action to do it. So I feel like this is coming for you. The healing is coming for you. But love cannot come in until this aspect of yourself begins to heal. Because you'll never leave room for another person to be human when you're in this energy of being unforgiving towards self, right? And finding your strength here, right? We also have the Chariot coming through. So this is like, again, symbolic to embracing and loving your inner child. And the Chariot is all about moving from the mundane physical world and going now into the spiritual realm, the 5D, and then you have Ascension with the last 7 cards. But it's like this energy of you're moving now from what was so real, what felt real, and learning that there's something more spiritual behind it. And so right now you're in a very learning process. We have 7-7 coming out here. You may see 7 a lot on your journey, and 7 is all about luck. If you change what it is that you're doing, I just feel like you very much have a promise of a higher love, okay? Especially with the Lover coming out on the bottom over here. But there's a need to balance out love for self. Like very, very much about herself. She has this snake that's wrapped around her. Again, coming back to making me think of, you've been so brutal with yourself. You've lied to yourself for so long. Like tried to convince yourself that you're not worthy. And so it's like, oh, let me just give up. Let me just give up on this. But that's not true, right? We had the Queen of Wands come out over here. It's like you have this opportunity to offer yourself a new beginning by letting go of what once was and healing from that and seeing the illusion that is. Facing the reality of that broken hearts had nothing to do with you or the other person. It was all a game of the spiritual realm, right? The good and evil. So you could call it the devil. You know, everybody calls it something different, but it's like, it's all that ploy to make you believe that you're not a child of Source, that you're not a child worthy of gaining what you believe in life. And those are those generational curses coming into play here, trying to keep you hindered from gaining access to your spiritual guidance and love. But you do deserve it. Let's get some oracles out on it for you. That was quick. Thank you. Yeah, and we have 16, meerkat responsibility. Number 7 again. Not seeing everything in so black and white. Realizing that everything is in color. Right? There is no yes or no. It's this or that. There's so many options. There's so much coming through for you. It's not their fault or your fault. There's other factors that come into play here. And I feel like for you, it's easy for you to just blame yourself, or it's like why you blame the other person is because deep down you blame yourself. You're really harsh on yourself. You're really ruthless to yourself. And so love doesn't exist within. And because love doesn't exist within, you want another person to love you when you can't even love yourself. Like you're asking someone to do something that you yourself aren't willing to do. Like that doesn't seem fair. That doesn't seem fair to you or to another person, right? Like we have house 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. This is all about you healing. That's why this reading needed to be done. There's a need for you to heal. There's a deep healing process that's coming for you, pile 2. So your love story right now, oh my gosh, I love that these cards came out. They flipped over. You can just see the corners of them right there. Okay, I'm going to put them right there for you. Okay, look, ebb and flow. Learning to go with the flow. Okay, that's important. There's going to be good. There's going to be bad. That's just a part of the journey. But I feel like for you, your love story can't even exist right now because there's some really deep wound that's being brought to the surface here for you to heal. The inspiration. I allow inspiration to fill me so I can inspire others. With 46 and 10. 10 is all about completing the process. Okay. Look, in the future came out underneath that. It popped out. I plan for the future with respect for the unexpected. And this is the picture here. Yeah, of allowing your angels to guide you. Allowing yourself to be guided. I feel like it's hard for you to guide, to trust in that right now. Like, you may be on these readings for love and they may be telling you, oh, you're going to get love, you're going to get love, you're going to get love, pile 2, but then love never happens. And so then immediately you may go into this self-loathing type energy where you're blaming yourself. Oh yeah, whatever, pile 2, like you're just a POS, like you're not ever worthy of love, like they're telling you love, it's never going to be your story. But what source is telling you here is that there's a story for you. That there's something that needs to be healed because there's something that is taking over every aspect of your being because it is so deeply ingrained. We're talking about a childhood wound that's coming out that you are unconscious of. You're not like consciously aware of it. So how can you blame yourself for something that you're not consciously aware of? That's not fair. That's so unfair. Like you deserve better than that. And you deserve better than that from yourself even. And I'm not telling you this to beat yourself up. I'm telling you this so that you can open yourself up to saying, I do forgive myself. I do love myself. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Okay? You're not going to say it today and it happened tomorrow. You're going to go through a lot. But if you don't start today, if you don't start somewhere, you're never going to change this. You're always going to be your own worst enemy. And the goal is to become your own best friend. Look, this is like an offering here. I feel like there's some kind of initiation that's meant for you to go through. Yeah, that's what they're saying here. And it should be easy for you. It should be a drop in the bucket. But there's some sort of resistance that's coming here. You're not seeing your own beauty. Like you're blocking yourself off to your own beauty. Again, we have a snake here, and snakes can be very deceptive and deceiving, right? Very deceptive, very deceiving. They can also be a part of creation if we allow them. To shed your skin and to embody what's new. Let's see what this says. The desirable. I accept my desires as a pure expression of my essential self. And I feel like this is so symbolic to your reading as well, because you have to see yourself as someone who is desirable. I am desirable. I'm a sexy piece of something. Whatever you want to call yourself, like something that's good, right? Don't call yourself something nasty. Like just tell yourself like, ooh, I'm a sexy beast. Yeah, that's right. You are pile 2. You are desirable. Holy moly. This is heavy. This was a heavy reading for me, guys. Like, whew. I love you, pile 2. I'm sending you a hug. I feel like you just need someone to say they love you. And I do. I love you. And I believe in you. Whew. I felt that in my core. I felt that in my sacral chakra when I said that. I believe in you. I felt that deep down. Like it was almost like it did a flip-flop. But look, there's this fear of being vulnerable. Of being exposed. That's why your emotional ego has kept you in this place of not allowing you to see it as the bigger picture. Keeping it very closed-minded on this situation when it comes to love. Because when you're exposed, you feel vulnerable. Like you feel like, oh my gosh, this is a dangerous place to be. But it's through this that you actually allow yourself to see your greatest strengths and how incredible you are to have come through everything that you've come through. And it's interesting that you chose the black obsidian arrowhead because this is a stone of protection. This is also a very grounding stone, and it's a cleansing stone too. Right? So you may need to get some black obsidian. It's very fragile. This is a very fragile stone too. It feels like glass. Right? My bracelet here, this one, not the second one, but the first one here, this is made out of black onyx, which is a much different feel. So remember, like, the obsidian is going to feel like glass, because that's what it is, volcanic glass. Right? So it's, again, saying it's like you're very fragile. Like, if I were to drop this, it could shatter into a couple of pieces. Like, I feel like that's how you are right now. Like, you're in a very fragile state. Like, if someone dropped you, you would just shatter into a million pieces. Like, and then who would you be? Well, you'd still be you. Might have to glue the pieces back together. You'll never be the same. But you can be a more beautiful version of you. You can fill all the cracks with gold. Right? It gives you character. Like, we had love come out with compassion. And this card talks about self-love. And that's exactly what we've been talking about this whole time. It's like it's time for you to love yourself. Like, your love story doesn't exist on this reading just yet because there's a need to love yourself deeply here, right? And this really is all about giving that compassion, that kindness, that generosity to yourself, which is what you're learning here with Virgo coming out in your reading. When you learn this for yourself, you learn that it's okay to give from your full cup. Like, and you don't have to worry about being drained unless you're allowing yourself to be drained. Cancer energy. I cannot make this up. Nurture, comfort, and protection. It is time for you to nurture and love yourself. Give yourself that comfort and that protection that you're looking for. Okay? This is what's going to lead you to your love story. But this is something that has to be gone through, or something that you are going through, or something that you have just recently gone through, and it's like you're maybe wondering why. This is what Source is saying, because you're finding your strength. You're finding that you are desirable. You're finding that you are worthy. Look, equality with number 14. 5 again. You may see 555 a lot, and 5 is all about change. We have Seahorse with equality. Seeing your purity. Once again, this feels like a purity. It's like understanding that you are a pure being, but not being egoically attached to that. Just knowing that it's true. And I keep thinking like this right now. I feel like King Midas, so that everything you touch turns to gold. That's what you're learning on this process of love. So what is your love journey right now? No, you know what? That I've been saying this isn't your love journey, but you know what this is? This is your love journey, because this is a journey to self-love. That's exactly what your journey is. You've been done dirty. You've been done wrong. Okay? None of us, my spirit guides, your guides, none of us are discrediting that. I'm not discrediting that. You've been done dirty. But in being done dirty, you've also somewhere along the way believed that you weren't worthy of love. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. You were so worthy of love. You were so worthy of good things to happen to you. In fact, I feel like you may self-sabotage when things start to get good. You may automatically think the worst is going to happen. You know, I've experienced energy like this myself. And it took a long time for me to fall in love with myself, you know. And it happens over a period of time, and then one day you wake up and you're like, wow, like I really do love myself. Like I love myself. Like it's almost like you wonder how you couldn't have not loved yourself before. Let's get some descriptive messages out. Just because there's not another person here doesn't mean that we shouldn't get these. I'm bringing it back, guys. Let's get some descriptive messages. These aren't going to resonate with everyone, but I feel like this is also confirmation for you. This could also be the person who will be coming in after you, you know, towards you, after you, towards you. Okay, what do we have? Red hair. So we have red hair coming through here. Okay. Medium build. Okay. A rash. Okay, so this is interesting that this would come out. If you have had a rash, rash literally means I'm angry with the journey. That's what that means. So if you've ever dealt with a rash, the spiritual meaning of a rash at its simplicity is I'm angry with the process, I'm angry with the journey. It's interesting that that would come out here. And just to note, okay, and this is not to gross anybody out, but I actually, when I first started this journey, I dealt with a whole body rash, like from my head to my toes. I would get these little bumps that were so itchy and painful, and like I couldn't even tell you what they were. And it was like they just wouldn't go away. Like no matter what I did, I put oil on them, I put lotion on them, I did everything, and it was like they would not go away. And then one day it was like I finally just kind of like gave up, and I was like, this is just where I have to be at. And when I said that to myself, because I really believed it, right? It was like coming from myself. I really believed it. The next day the rash disappeared. It was the weirdest thing that I had ever experienced. Okay, we have Capricorn energy. And Capricorn is interesting because when Capricorn's in their shadow energy, they're very pessimistic. And I feel like that's, again, symbolic that it would come out, because it's saying like there's a lot of pessimism surrounding your journey right now, but it's self-pessimism. We have an oval face. Reliable. So see, there are good things here, right? It's just sometimes it's like we have to overcome our own, brutal, our own toxic traits. Like I was saying, I feel like you're very brutal with yourself. Like I feel like you're very mean, a bully to yourself. Horn dog. Some of y'all could be a horn dog. That's okay. That's funny. Or the person who's going to come in is going to be a horn dog. So, you know, hey. Or you've dealt with a lot of horn dogs and you're just like, oh, I'm done. Man. So you could be a man on here, right? Your reading went much longer than everybody else's, but that's okay. And then we have police officer. Yeah, so again, with that, what was I saying? The hate crimes. Like, that's so weird that this would come out. And I was saying the hate crimes because we've been having a lot of issues with police officers and hate crimes over the last... I mean, it's been forever, but nationwide it's been spoken about for the last few years. But let's just really... That's interesting that that would come out with brutal and stuff. So there could be a police officer that's coming into your life that's not going to be bad, okay? It's not going to be bad. Or you could be a police officer. Or that's something that you want to do. Or maybe there's a police officer in your life who treated you a certain way. So let's check out your card. I am going to read this out of the book for you. Yeah, look, I cannot make this up. We have number 18, which is 9, to bring this to a close. Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Like, that's the thing. It's like every time you get triggered, you may shove it back down and compartmentalize it. Like, oh my gosh, I can't feel that. Like, especially if you are a man, okay? Like, that's something that a lot of men have been told in their lifetime. Like, you can't, and it doesn't matter if you're straight, if you're gay, if you're transgender, it does not matter, okay? The thing is that men in general have been told that they're not allowed to feel, and so there's this belief behind it that, like, if you have emotions as a man, oh my gosh, like, something's wrong with me. And if you're a woman on here, then you could be very much in your masculine energy and still absorbing that societal belief that feeling your emotions is a bad thing. So we have Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. Feelings and emotions are part of who you are. Allow yourself to feel what is going on for you. Your feelings can alert you to the truth of a situation. Take positive steps to determine why you feel the way you do. Emotions come under 4 categories: happiness, sadness, anger, and fear. Once you figure out what is going on for you, you can take power away from an emotion. Experiencing an emotion you are uncomfortable expressing can be a big challenge. Journaling is a way to process and clarify difficult emotions. Writing about your emotions will help you organize your thoughts and work through your feelings. You are in a period of growth and learning how to better understand yourself. So that's where your love story is. Like, you're in a period of growth and you're learning to understand yourself. And it is so crazy. I kept saying purity. And if you look up the symbolism of unicorns, they talk about purity, right? And so that's something that's so interesting that's come out throughout your whole reading, is this idea of purity. And you got a unicorn in your cards, and it's also the only one that talks about embracing your emotions. Like, that's so trippy. And we were talking about this whole time how difficult that is, right? So symbolic. I am sending you out a gigantic energetic hug, pile 2, because you need it. Okay, this is me hugging you. I love you so much. You are an incredible person, and don't ever think less of yourself. You've been through a lot. That doesn't mean that you're not worthy of good things, okay? That means that you're stronger than you could ever imagine, and you're meant to serve a much greater purpose than you may even know right now. Don't give up, okay? We need you. We need your energy. This is what I see for you. If it resonated, leave a thumbs up down below and leave a white heart in the comments so that you can let other pile 2s know that you made it this far and that you're not alone. Okay, because I'm proud of you. If you made it all the way through, I'm so proud of you. Okay, and with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. But until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, pile 3, my fellow humans that were drawn to this Titanic bracelets, or if you were drawn to these 2 cards during the drawing, shuffle, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be a reading on Let Me Describe Your Love Story. I do just want you to know that these are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave what does not. Please keep an open mind. They have kind of been all over the place, but good nonetheless. Definitely have a lot of information. So with that being said, if you do interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to connect with your energy to get you out more resonant readings. If you are interested in taking me on the go, check out the description box down below, where you will find a link to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is on Spotify and Anchor FM, where I do post 3 times a week. As of this recording, the current podcast is all about celibacy, my journey with celibacy, what I've learned, and how it has affected me on the spiritual journey. Also, if you are interested in getting a personal private reading, there will be an email down below in the description box that you can send me an email requesting one, and I will get back to you with some more information. So that being said, let us go ahead and start with your dice and find out what Source has information-wise. What is pile 3's love story, Source? What can you tell us about pile 3's love story? What would you like them to know, Source, for pile 3's love story? Help me describe their love story, Source. Okay, so we have 10th house, Pluto, and Sagittarius. So your love life will actually transform when you find stability in your business. No, that seems like so okay. No, but for real, that's the energy that's coming through here. It's like when you find stability in your business, and you find financial freedom, or you're finding financial wealth, right? It's actually going to transform. There's also going to be an element of building with another person, and like changing, like life is always going to be ever changing. Not that it isn't already, but between the 2 of you, It's going to be an adventure. You're going to explore and travel. You actually could meet this person while you're traveling away from home, especially with 10th house and Sagittarius energy here. This is someone that you could actually meet while you're out and about in the world. My apologies. There's going to be an element of surprise here. So we'll definitely get as much information as we can, but absolutely an energy of surprise. There's also going to be a power energy here. Like, there might be an initial intimidation, whether that's them being intimidated of you or you being intimidated of them. But then there's going to be a realization that, like, oh, like, we're in this together. Very paternal energy coming through here with the 10th house, fatherly, right? Someone that's very masculine, someone that's very much in their authority position. So I feel like for you, you're going to be in your own authority position in your own life, and this person is going to be as well. You know, when we have 10th house, this does depict a man coming in, right? A man that's coming in. So this could also be a same-sex couple, which, you know, again, you're on my channel. We're all human. No judgments here. I love everybody equally. We all express a beautiful expression of source. So keep expressing your love, please. The world needs it. Whether they know it or not, the world does need it. But this is about career and success, your fortune, right? Public reputation. So I feel like you're building on some long-term goals here that are going to take you many, many places. With Sagittarius energy, you're going to see a part of the world, but you're also going to have luck, and you're going to have wealth here, right? This is like wealth coming in. You're going to be being able to help others through philosophy and through your intelligence and through your wisdom. And truth seeking. There's something about truth seeking that's really coming in here, but a lot of expansion. So you could be on a truth-seeking journey right now, and that's why there's a lot of transformation coming in with this Pluto energy, some death and rebirth, elevation. This is also someone that's going to have, like, when you get together with them, or if you are, or if it's about to happen, wherever you're at, this could be past, present, future energy. I should have said that at the beginning, but I forgot. Pile 2 just kind of took me for a roller coaster ride, so I had to kind of, like, come back after a bit and to do yours. But anyways, the sex is going to be very intense with this person. There's going to be a lot of desire here and a lot of deep emotions that are shared, right? This is someone that you're going to feel deeply, deeply connected with. This is also someone who could trigger you to help you heal some aspects of yourself in a much deeper way, right? But overall, this is someone that's going to be very masculine. You could be very masculine. You know, take it as it resonates. Energy is fluid. I feel like I'm going to put that. I don't know how I want to put this. Can you still see it if I put it right there? Yeah, that's cool. Okay. We'll get it out of the way. And it could be a short. You know, it's interesting because with the Titanic on the bracelet, this could be a very short-lived connection as well. And that's not to discourage you at all. It's just that maybe you are meant to have this very passionate, fiery connection that's very short to impact the world. And then you both go and you change the world. And then you may come back together, like that separation and then connection type energy. It doesn't have to be, but that is something that is coming through. That's pretty specific. I don't feel like that's going to be everybody. That's going to be just one or two, maybe a handful of you. So let's see. For pile 3, source, help me describe pile 3's love story. Source, help me describe pile 3's love story. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the Escape Beach. Just kick it. Just kick it. Just kick it. Yeah, it's going to be something that's real chill. I don't know why that song's coming through, but okay. Like, the two of you are just going to be on a different vibe together, a different level. That's why I was saying, like, it may just be for a short time. Like, maybe while you're traveling and you can only have a short time together and then something will happen later, right? Like, but it's just a very chill vibe here, like a very unique vibe. Okay. So, Source, help me describe Pile 3's love story. Thank you. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the X-Game beach. Just kick it. Oh, okay, I see why. Because they want shoes on your feet are like being in the journey, right? So being in the journey, it's like trusting the process, trusting this journey. So you may be wondering if love's ever going to come to you. Like, especially if you're watching love readings and they're saying, oh, you're manifesting your love. You're manifesting your love. And you're like, I've been hearing this for years and nothing has come of it. And it's just saying that, like, hold on. What is on my ceiling? I apologize. I will be right back. Okay, I just had like a massive ant on the ceiling. The thing was huge. Okay, anyways, back to what I was saying with the feet. It's like the feet are part of the journey, so it's like all about you trusting the process, trusting the journey, and knowing that this is going to be a part of the journey. Source, help me describe Pile 3's love story. Thank you. Get one more. Help me describe Pile 3's love story, Source. Whoa, okay, I feel like those two want to come out together. Yeah, so there's some sense of bitterness, some coldness here, trying to control and trying to, yeah, not wanting to rock the boat, not wanting to give in, but still giving in to a situation that's very this is like unsettling. Like, why is this taking so long? Like I was saying, like, you may have been watching readings and for a year it's like nothing's happening, and it's like this is getting you in that very unbalanced energy, and it's like healing this and being able to trust the process with Temperance coming out here. Like being able to just say, okay, I know I've asked for this, and I know that Source isn't going to forsake me. It may take longer than what I have planned. Yeah, some big changes are coming. Look at that. See, like your King of Swords or your Queen of Swords is coming. Like it's just right now feeling, yeah, romantically frustrated. Okay, hold up. Let's get these out and see what's going on here. Okay, not wanting to change. Yeah, so you could actually have options coming towards you. Let's talk about this, though. There's a big change coming that you're not aware of, okay? That you're not aware of. There's actually, I think there's two people that are paying attention to you. One of them you're about to give up on. One of them you're like, no, I'm done. I'm done with this person. Like, I've done waited on them. I've done asked them. I've done told them. This person left me wanting. This person left me feeling like I wasn't worth anything. This person left me feeling all kinds of ways. And you healed from that. But there's still this refusal to change here because you're still stuck in your head. Like, am I ever going to get love? Am I ever going to have love? And you have the masculine coming here, right? What I was saying, like, this is a very masculine, a man. This is a man. You could be a man, but I feel like this is saying that's a man that's coming, or a masculine energy. It could be a woman that's a masculine energy coming. Okay, but it's saying they're coming. It's like you have to trust in this process and find out for yourself what's working for yourself and letting go of this. Like, you're facing it, but you're still looking over it because it's all about the material manifestation of it. And that's what's keeping you in this place of not wanting to change. Because I want to see the material manifestation, especially if you're watching love readings all the time. You're getting all these answers like, oh, I'm manifesting love, but everybody says it's coming soon. Like, it's supposed to be here in 6 months. You know, I stopped watching love readings. I watch them every once in a while because, you know, I like to support other readers. And so, anyways, I stopped watching love readings so much because it just frustrated me so much that every reader was always like, love is coming, love is coming. Oh, you should have love by the end of the year. And the end of the year would come and go and nothing would happen. And I would just be left like, oh my gosh. What is this? Like, they keep telling me love is coming, or like, oh, it just must be somebody else's story, or oh, like this. And it's like this frustration. And there's like this surrender that needs to happen because you're stuck in your mind. It's like being stuck in your mind here. Yeah. Feeling like it's your responsibility to understand how. You know, and the funny thing about humans is that we are responsible for the what, the when, the who, But the one aspect that humans are never ever responsible for is the how. That's what Source takes care of. But because we're these naturally curious people and we need to know how everything is gonna unfold. Like, I want to know how. Please tell me how. Please, Source, please tell me how. And that's not for us to know, because that would just ruin the surprise, right? So you're in this place of really building something good for yourself, right? And something's about to change for you. I feel like you're about to get, like this, I keep hearing struck gold. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Like, you struck gold. Like, you did what you were supposed to do. And now you're coming into this place of understanding how to navigate your way through, but you're still wondering, still fending off, feeling a lack of connection, a lack of a relationship here. And so what you're not seeing is that there's actually two coming towards you. And it's like all about you finding confidence in yourself and understanding that you're the prize here, right? You're the prize here. It's like you're wondering when you're going to gain the blessing, the prize, but you're the prize here, pile 3. Right? And trusting the journey. It's like if you're going to be on your travels, you're going to meet somebody. You know, it might not be right now. It might not be next year. It might be 2 years from now. Are you okay with that? Can you find contentment with that so that you can let it come to you faster? And I'm not telling you this so that you can try to manipulate it, right? Because there's this feeling with these cards here that there's this feeling of manipulation coming through here. It's like almost not trusting that Source has a plan for you. Okay, and your love story is trying to unfold, but there's still some healing that needs to be done on your part, and that's okay. It's not that you're not enough. Okay, it's not that you're not enough. It's not that you haven't done enough. It's just there's this energy about you right now that's blocking you from receiving it because you're already romantically frustrated. You're already in this place of like, it's just, I'm so over it. Like, can't I just get the person that I'm supposed to have? And it's like, yes, you can. Absolutely. You know, the source energy always tells us yes. Always tells us yes. The ones that make it complicated are us, because we expect it to be the way that we expect it to be. So we expect it to be this person, when in reality it's a different person. Or we expect this, when in reality it's supposed to be that. You see what I'm saying? So we're the ones that complicate it, and we're thinking, oh, it's Source just doesn't want to give us my manifestation. When in reality, it's like Source is trying to give you the manifestation, but you're so busy worrying about it being a certain way, it has to be XYZ, that you never allow yourself to open up to the truth of what it really is. And so what's coming through here is that there's this feeling of, I got to control it. And then because you're not able to, right? Of course, there's going to be things that come up that show you there's no way you can control it. No way. Then it causes a lot more anxiety, so much more anxiety. And that anxiety is actually your ticket to healing. Where's that anxiety? Why are you anxious? Like, what's going on there? Like, can you find contentment with the here, now, here moment? I don't have love, but can I be content? Right? Or I don't have the person that I desire. Can I be content with that? Let's get some clarifiers out on it. And I feel like with that song coming through too, they're saying that you've been on a long, arduous journey, right? It's been very long. It's been very upsetting. It's been very exhausting. So kick off your shoes for a little bit and just relax and enjoy what this change is that's coming into your life. Like, stop worrying so much about love. Stop worrying so much about what's next and start enjoying what is right now. And that is easier said than done. Whoa. Look at this. I can't make this up. We have the Knight of Wands coming out over the Knight of Wands in the upright. Yeah, some sense of travel coming through here. Right? Like traveling towards something. We'll see what it says. But it's like you look at how both of them are pointing towards the King of Swords here. Yeah, and the Nine of Swords. Like feeling like so small. Like feeling like, oh my gosh, I have no control over this and this is scary to me. Right? And not seeing the balance in the situation, that there's healing that's happening, and that's what's more important than anything else right now, is this healing so that you can be ready to receive the love that you desire. there's this sense of running away from yourself, like when you get triggered, or when you're trying to control this, or when you're trying to take charge of it, there's this sense of running away from yourself. 1 second, let me make sure my dog doesn't bark in the window. Yeah, so there's this energy here. It's like really allowing yourself to let go of this and see the red flags for yourself, right? My 9 of Swords in the upright really talks about being able to understand the red flags and to overcome those fears that we have, overcome those anxieties that we have, and let them go, you know? Not let them control us, but to overcome them. And in the reverse, it's being ruled by those. Being ruled by the red flags. And it's like we exhibit our own red flags. And it's like right now, it's like trying to manipulate the process is what's brought you into this place of being triggered, because no matter what you put towards it, it's just not working for you. And knowing that you are strong. Like, I feel like you do not give yourself enough credit here, pile 3. Yeah. This is interesting. You may have resonated with one of the other piles, or you may be coming here from another pile. You may be mad because it's still kind of saying a similar situation, but it's still different, right? Because we're talking about the strength here. We have strength in the 6 of Swords. It's like the Knight of Wands running towards the 6 of Swords here. It's like running to find a connection with your inner child. Your inner sense of wonder. Your inner sense of excitement. Like, why do I hear that song Dead and Gone? Who sings that? Dead and Gone. Oh my gosh, who sings that song? Anyways, if y'all know, comment down below so we can help each other out. You guys are amazing and do that for me all the time. And I just want to say thank you so much for when I forget who sings the song or I forget the song itself. You guys help me out. And I just want you to know I really appreciate that so much. It's like not realizing that you've already vanquished your foe, right? Your enemy. You've already vanquished them. You've already destroyed them. When it had to do with something very internal for you. This was a very internal thing for you. But still having this fear, right? Because it's like everything else, maybe you manifested money. Maybe you've manifested this. Maybe you manifested that. Maybe you've done this. Maybe you've done that. And it's like once you overcame the fear, like it just kind of appeared in your life. And you're like, oh, okay, that's easy to manifest. But you like feel like you've overcome this fear, but it's not manifesting anything. And so there's almost like this fear that's attached with it. But your love story is meant to happen because, again, it's like you connecting with your inner child. Both of these give me the sense of connecting with an inner child here and getting out of your mind, getting out of that mental chatter and coming back to this place of seeing the world through the eyes of a child. And that actually opens up the door for 2 people to come in for you. And it could be while you're traveling, though. That's why I keep getting while you're traveling. Again, with the inner child. Yeah, you could have resonated with one of the other piles here. Yeah, right? Finding peace with your inner child and not being so critical to yourself and feeling like, okay, this one wants to peek out. Yeah, I'm feeling like, you know, you're not walking the line with yourself. Like, oh my gosh, like I did something wrong. Like, oh, I did that, or I must not be good enough, or I must have done that, or I must have done this. No, you're not doing anything. Like again, the how is up to source, right? That's source. And it's like you're trying to figure out what you could have done different to manipulate the how, and there's nothing, because the how is up, and like source is the one who's going to figure that out. And there's no way that our little human brains could ever comprehend the path that we have to take to get there until we've taken it. Okay, sorry, there was a message that came through. It was talking about visibility. Literally just said visibility on there. So something is almost here. That makes me feel like it's around the corner. Right around the corner. Let's get some oracles out on it for you. Pile 3. Let's see what comes out. Look, and it's interesting here because you have a rabbit and you have a rabbit. And when I think of rabbits, I think about cycles that are repeating. You know, and pigs are all about abundance. And then I'm not actually sure what that is. I really have no idea. I mean, that could be a horse. It could be a camel. It could be a giraffe. Maybe it's a giraffe. I don't remember what giraffes symbolize right now. But I do feel like that's what you're running towards. You're running towards vanquishing these enemies that have kept you from your inner child. You're running towards letting go of the cycles that have kept you in these places of self-doubt. Yeah, news is coming. So something's about to change. Like I said, it's like something huge is about to happen. I cannot say that's with love per se. We'll get some more oracles out on it and see what comes through for you. You're the only group that got 2 of the love oracles. So there's a message there for you. But there's definitely change coming. Something's about to be revealed to you. Something's about to come through. Sagittarius energy again. You could be a Sagittarius, but we have optimism, exploration, and freedom. All about travel again. So, you know, Sagittarius is about traveling. And that's the energy that's coming through. It's like you're going to be traveling somewhere where you meet this person. We have Virgo energy on the bottom. Integrity, reverence, and service. Yeah, so just allow yourself to be in the here now moment. Slow energy, right? Virgo energy, any earth energy is very slow moving energy. Wow, you got 2 of these. Okay. Look on the bottom. You don't understand just how strong you are. You could be like, I don't want to do this alone anymore, but not realizing just how much strength you're gaining from being in a period of solitude right now. Right? So that's pretty powerful. Let's see. These both came out. We have iceberg submerged. Yeah, you're only seeing 10% of what's going on right now. Right? Like there's still 90%. That's why I'm saying the how is up to source, but you're only seeing 10%. You're seeing like a little itty bitty piece of this. There's so much more underneath the water here. And isn't this weird that this would come out on the Titanic one? Like that on the bracelet, if you didn't know, this has the Titanic on it. I got this from the Titanic Museum. Okay, it has the Titanic on it. And then it has the word Titanic on there. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can see that. It's kind of crooked. But anyways, isn't that weird that the iceberg would come out in the Titanic reading? Like, what? Okay. So again, like you're only seeing a portion of it. Like you're seeing what's on top and you're not realizing that what you're being shown right now is still very dangerous to your journey. And the only way to get through that is to literally go through it, right? To understand what's coming next, to understand why you're acting the way that you're acting, or why you're trying to control the outcome here, why you're trying to send, that's still a sense of manipulation because of anxiety, right? And overcoming that and allowing yourself to heal. We have the temperance come out both times here on the bottom of the deck, right? So we have temperance, and then under that is the world, right? There's a sense of isolation here. You've isolated yourself, and there's the sense of learning how to heal and connect, reconnect with not only the world, but yourself on a deeper level. What is this one? Whale breach. This really talks about getting out of your zip code, wherever you're at, right? Like, this is more than just taking a coffee break. This is literally getting out of Dodge for a minute. Like, so again, we have that element of travel. Like, you're going to meet them on your travels. Your love story is as you're healing, it's probably going to happen when you least expect it. Like, right when you were just like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'm happy being alone, or I'm happy being single. I'm happy being with myself. Like, I'm just going to keep traveling. I'm experiencing all these things. And then, bam, they're going to be like, hey, we want you, pile 3. And you're going to be like, holy crap. Like, what? Just when I wasn't looking, all of a sudden. And then there's going to be this feeling like, I don't know if I'm ready. The storyteller. I have the right to speak because I listen when others speak. Number 3. Yeah, it's like playing the same. So I keep on hearing the same old song and dance. That's interesting that came out with this, but that's what I'm hearing, the same old song and dance. But there's something that's being played into existence here. And see, it's like you don't realize that you're being guided. And maybe you do, but it's like sometimes it feels like maybe you're at fault, and they're trying to show you here that you're not at fault. Like, we just need you to be able to play your song first. When you play your song, then we'll be able to get somebody who come in and have a melody or a harmony with you. Look, the angel on the bottom of the deck. If you wanted to know if you're being led, we have the angel coming through. I have faith in my ability to help myself and others with the angel. Look, bam. This could be Archangel Michael, Raphael, Zachariel, Gabriel, Uriel, Sandalphon, Metatron, whoever you work with. I don't know all the angels. There's way too many names to remember them all, but those are the ones that I remember off the top of my head. Right? This is just, again, that confirmation that you're being guided by. Look, and then we have the past. I shine complete awareness and compassion on my past. Right? So yeah, it's like healing your past. Healing the hurts of the past. And letting things go. But yeah, you're being guided right now to heal some aspect of yourself that maybe you didn't know you needed to heal. And it's about like controlling the journey, controlling the outcome is what's coming through. This sense of trying to control the outcome of the journey. Let me get one of these. Now, don't tell pile 2, but I forgot to draw these for pile 2. But pile 2's, to be fair, I think is probably the longest reading on here. And so I'm not telling you that to go watch it. Please only watch pile 2 if you were drawn to pile 2, because it was, like I said, it took me for a roller coaster ride. Like, that one was pretty intense. So yeah, we have I love you, but you scare me. All of my triggers are present when you are near, especially the ones I'm not ready to face. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's somebody that you loved or that you were interested in, but they left you feeling romantically frustrated. And this is the energy that you left them in. But it had nothing to do with you, because they're admitting here, I'm not ready to face these triggers. I wasn't ready to face them, and that's why you scare me. Like, they're like, oh no, here we go. Okay, you're getting 3 of these. The first one out. Let go and let God. What? Uh-huh. That's right, y'all. Look at that. I can't make this stuff up. No, look, that's what I'm telling you. I just gotta talk about what I feel about, because that's what it comes out. And then Source is like, don't worry, Becky, I got you. I'm telling him, I want them to hear my messages. I know what I want to say to them, okay? That's what's coming. Can you forgive me for breaking your heart? I don't know how to love because my own heart is broken. This is that other person coming through again, right? They didn't know how to love you. They didn't know how to give you what you needed because their own heart was broken, and they're already showing they weren't ready to face that. What we give power to has power over us. What do you truly believe in, pile 3? Is a powerful question. And again, coming back to giving power to trying to manipulate the situation in some way, shape, or form, or trying to control the outcome, right? That's a manipulation, trying to control the outcome. That's a form of manipulation here, and we're showing that, and you're healing that. And as you heal that, it's going to bring you into a place of peace and harmony within. Let's see what your card is. Boom! Why did they want this one to be the last one with 44, Jackal, and Truth? I didn't know what that was. Y'all saw that. That's been sitting there the whole time. Just chilling like a villain. Saying, look, I got you. That's what Source says. This is the truth. I cannot make this stuff up. This stuff is so well painted and designed. Like, my little human mind wouldn't even know where to start to how to drive all this together. Like, no. It's just not happening. It's just not, okay? I guess I say, I can't make this up. Let go and let God. And then we end with 44, Jackal, and the truth. Like Source saying, look, this is the truth, y'all. This is the truth. This is, I mean, it feels like a very specific message. They always do, though. They always feel so specific. Like, but, you know, they must resonate. Y'all always tell me they resonate. I get messages all the time, how they played out to your situation. So I'm so sorry that this is what you're going through, but remember how powerful you are, and not giving your power to a situation that no matter how bad you want it, right? Like, you want love, but don't give your power away to love. Remember that you are already love. And we're going to get some description messages out. Now, this could be confirmation for you. This could be who's coming in. We already did declare that there's 2 energies that are coming forward in your reading. This one wants to be first. Let me get them all separated here. Separated. Okay, I think that's everything. Okay. So these won't resonate with everybody, but they are always fun to do. Weak chin. Okay, so someone's got a weak chin. What an interesting one to start with. Double chin. Yeah, so something about their chin is coming through here. Okay, so this is just confirmation. That's weird because look at how many messages are in here. Don't mind my gallon bag here, but look, there's so many messages in here, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, for two chin ones to come out and be first and foremost, like, what? Messy. Okay, they could appear to be messy. They could be a messy person. No? I keep hearing cleanliness is close to godliness. I don't know why. Singer. Yeah, so somebody could be a singer. And then we had that with that card coming out saying that, like, they want you to sing your song. They want you to play your song. And then we have singer coming out here for them to harmonize. That's, guys, I cannot make that up. Oh, it still amazes me. Like, it's like, I don't feel like I will ever get used to that when it happens. It's just like, whoa, wow, wow, guys, wow. Like, really? Wow, wow. Strong. Yes, someone's really strong. We had strength on the bottom over here. Yeah, so another confirmation. Another confirmation. Fuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was up there. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. It's 33:44 on the clock. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy. What is the story behind Fuzzy Wuzzy? Like, what is that? I just remember it from a cat, like when I was a kid. Fluffy. Yeah, someone's fluffy. We have Fuzzy and Fluffy, right? So they're a BBW, BBM. I'm Fluffy. Don't hate. Appreciate. A scientist. Ooh. That would explain messy. I'm just saying, that goes hand in hand. That would definitely explain someone being messy. And then an air sign. Okay, so we have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius coming through with air sign. Also, air signs connected to the heart, saying this is matters of the heart. I love that. That's such a confirmation here. Now let's check out and see what your oracle cards were. You got two of these, and I'll be nice today. I will go ahead and read them both to you. Be willing to express love. Express love to receive love. We have number 6. 6 is all about seeing yourself through the eyes of the divine. Balance, harmony. Right? So let's bring this up. Well, let's read number 6. Okay. Can you see that? Okay. Be willing to express love. Express love to receive love. You are a genuinely loving individual. Expressing love to others helps them feel supported, respected, and cared about. As you practice this custom, you will become more loving. When you want to be more loving, it is easy to recognize ways of doing so. One way to express love is through eye contact. Your eyes are the most expressive part of your body. Making eye contact when you are speaking with someone tells them you see, hear, and appreciate them. Try making eye contact with others a daily practice. It is easy to become distracted by our busy lives, but a moment of eye contact can make a world of difference to those who you communicate with. See, share eye contact with those you speak to and see how it deepens your connection. So I feel like this person or these two men that are coming in or these two people that are coming in are definitely going to be sharing a lot of eye contact. Let's see what this one is. I cannot with you right now, pile 3. I am seriously done. You all are manifesting your true love. It says this love is once in a lifetime with number 30. I love this card. Like, I love all of the cards. When do I not love a card? Cards are awesome. Okay, let me see and make sure. Okay. Look at this. Just check out this image here. It says true love. This love is once in a lifetime. This relationship is a part of your life's plan. Unconditional love is easier said than done. Remember the love aspect of your partnership. If it is a true relationship, the connection will be almost perfectly balanced. And we were talking about balance just a second ago. Maintaining the love in a relationship takes more than good intentions. Positive intentions are a solid first step, but it is better to learn how to nurture your relationship each day. This is vital to staying connected and growing your love into a strong bond. And we had strong and strength come out. Be open to love when it shows up in your life. Be authentic and avoid changing yourself to mirror your potential partner. Make sure you are voicing your values. True love is elusive and rare. Look for someone who meets your emotional, spiritual, and physical needs. It says, the pair of unicorns at the head of the partner on the right invokes the magical energy surrounding the relationship you aspire to achieve. So see on her head right there. Yeah. So there's something very strong coming in. There's something that's very like lasting that's coming to you. But right now it's just about letting go of the need to control the outcome and allow things to unfold and let yourself be yourself. Right? Because when you're in this manipulative, trying to control the outcome because of anxiety energy, no one gets to see the real you. They see the fearful you. And so when you let that go and you let them see the real you, then you will bring in this love. It is coming to you. I feel like you're tired of hearing it. But this is the journey to get there, okay? It's like letting go, letting God, and allowing yourself to surrender to this process and just know that it's already yours. Like, even if it's not here physically, it is already yours. It was 38 on the 38 on the clock when I said that. So amazing. This is what I have for you, pile 3. If it resonated, please hit that thumbs up button down below. I am going to go ahead and leave this there and get on out of here. I do just want to take a quick moment to thank your guides, your angels, your spirit messengers, source, and my guides, my spirit guides, for all coming together to give us this message. It's absolutely beautiful. But until next time, I'm going to get on out of here. Stay human. Bye.